again. Just kind of kicking back after kind of a hectic little afternoon today. Desert Gold here. Had to start the morning off with a CPR refresher course, and then got Ebony's care package sent out. And if he thinks I was sending him all the beer, he is absolutely wrong. Absolutely. This is one of the ones I sent him. It's Premator. It's a Belgian beer. It's a doppelback. What I like about this, it's a alcohol content of about, well, it's 10%, so that's a 20 proof beer. That's that'll get your attention after, even the first one. So got a high malty, caramely flavor to it. Obviously, you're gonna have a sweet overtone with all that alcohol in there. The sugars are gonna add to that sweetness. This is one of the ones I sent him. I actually sent him another one that's more of a malt liquor, and it's a 14% alcohol. I hope it messes his ass up. Anyway, let's get back to what we really wanted to talk about right now. I just got back from the range and was doing a follow-up video on the Crimson Trace and Lasermax side-by-side evaluation. This one actually took place at the range. The Crimson Trace is on the Glock 27. It is clear. And as you know, the Crimson Trace is activated just by your pad on the back of the grip. The Lasermax is on my Glock 29, and as you recall, it is activated by this lever. That's the actual takedown lever, is doubling as the on-off switch for the guide rod laser. So you move it to one side or the other, and you have the laser activation. Now, in the video at the range, you're going to see the fact that, one, I just was able to get this Crimson Trace out for the first time today, and I had bought it, as I mentioned in the video, that I bought it secondhand, and hadn't had a chance to adjust it yet, and you'll see that the laser is quite a bit off as far as windage. Not too bad on elevation, but I didn't have the special little wrenches that you need to adjust the elevation and windage on this. So even with that hindrance, the system worked very well. The activation of the laser was straightforward. Gripping the pistol and presenting it on target would activate the laser. Not so with the Lasermax. You'll see that I actually have some difficulty upon presentation getting the laser activated. And I'll show you, see if I get this close. There's not enough light in here, but the lever, while it is an extended version of a stock takedown lever, is still recessed somewhat, and getting it to activate by pushing it to one side or the other. With the resistance of the tension on the guide rod spring, riding on that is difficult at some time. I also had purposely worn some mechanics gloves to further simulate the difficulties that one would see with the that kind of handwear, as far as activating and deactivating a system such as this. The difficulty that you would face even without the stress of a true self-defense situation was kind of a pain in the ass, as far as my personal opinion. The other drawback that you'll see is that the recoil of the 10 millimeter was sufficient enough after a few rounds to actually move the lever back to the neutral position, thus shutting off the laser. This actually occurs in both directions. In times when you don't want the laser activated, and after a few rounds the recoil will actually move the lever over to a on position and your laser will come on unintentionally. Once in a while that's not an issue, but if you fire the weapon enough times, you're constantly either turning the laser on or shutting it off, however you want the situation to be. And it's not a constant situation that you can count on reliably. This, in my opinion, is a much better, more elegant approach to a laser sighting system for your weapon. Granted, the added width of the grip can be troublesome to some people. I have big hands, so it's not a problem at all. And in some cases, I'm actually going to switch it out, put it on my Glock 29 too. I like the way the battery compartment part of the grip bulges out a little bit. It fits right into your palm. You can get a good purchase on the pistol grip. So you'll also notice in the final shooting session with the Glock 29, I had some of my blue dot loads going off, and I'm sure you'll notice which ones those are. They're the ones that most influenced the erratic behavior of this Lasermax and kept shutting it off consistently. So this is basically going to be just a short video. I wanted to follow up the original one with the actual range time and firing live rounds through both weapons and see how they turned out, the performance on each. Final evaluation, hands down, Crimson Trace for elegance, for ease of use, reliability. There's just no question about it. Anyway, gonna cut this short. I gotta get some beer going, got some music going, and you all have a great afternoon. Later days, Desert Gold out.
Out of here like the champ. Well, I don't know.
Alright, big drop from the countertop. First will be the Glock
27.
It's an older couple that come in all the time. And he's he's a Glock 17. And I saw him. He's
Once
looking
again,
at
Glock
the
27.
Pull the magazine.
All right, now I'll do the Glock 29, and you'll notice the extra step involved in activating the
Alright, so you're gonna grab
lasers.
Make sure you cross your fingers, get a grip on it.
Once again, Glock 29.
Some of them got, you can't catch them all. Sometimes burns on their hands.
Yeah. I just do the regular. That's what you shoot.
And there you see that the recoil has actually turned the laser off. Turn it back on. Alright, as we can see, the rounds over here are the Crimson. I bought this second hand and haven't had it. This is the first time I've had the chance to get it out, and the adjustments are way off on it. I started having to aim over here to start getting in this range, so unfortunately I don't have the proper wrench with me here at the range to make the adjustment, so we'll use what they call Kentucky windage to do some more testing. The rounds from the Lasermax obviously were more on target, but then again you negate that with the time needed. Also, I was hoping you notice I am wearing some gloves today, which also add further helps in activating the laser. Let's take a few more rounds. Okay, I am not. From the tabletop. Very quick. Once the laser is dialed, this will be a very accurate weapon. One more round with the Glock 29 and the laser. Again, the laser has been deactivated by the recoil. Laser deactivation. Laser deactivation.